let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're bringing high-energy, combat-tested mechanics straight to your screen. If you're a beginner fighter, or hey, even if you've been training for a while and you still feel kind of stiff during sparring, well, this is absolutely for you. We're gonna build a daily routine that teaches you exactly how to move smoother, strike faster, and honestly, just stay dangerous in every single position. Okay, let's dive right in. So how do you get flexible as a fighter? I mean, it sounds simple enough, right? But here's the harsh reality. A lot of fighters face extreme muscle tightness the second they're under pressure, simply because they completely misunderstand what mobility actually means in the ring. You know, they think flexibility is just about stretching your muscles longer, but when those gloves touch, yeah, that is just not enough to keep you fluid. And this comparison brilliantly illustrates exactly why. On one side, we've got basic, static stretching. You know the drill, just trying to touch your toes. That's what I like to call civilian stretching. But on the other side, that's real fighter flexibility. And that is exactly what we are building today. It's about your hips opening faster and your whole body moving under pressure without suddenly tightening up on you. We're building a highly specific daily routine here, so your body actually learns to move like a fighter, not a gymnast. All right, moving into section 1, the mechanics of combat mobility, unlocking speed and power. Let's formally define what we're actually chasing here. Fighter flexibility is the ability of the hips to open fast, for your kicks to travel clean, and crucially, for your guard to stay completely relaxed without wasting an ounce of energy. Think about that for a second. When your hips open without any resistance, that translates immediately into literally lightning-fast speed and explosive knockout power in the ring. Why? Because you aren't fighting your own tight muscles just to throw a strike. Okay, on to section 2. Stance and upper body, staying balanced and sharp. Let's follow the step-by-step sequence for our very first drill, the combat reach and sink. You're gonna start right in your fighting stance. Now reach that lead hand forward, almost like you're measuring distance against an opponent. Then, slowly, and I mean slowly, sink your hips down and across to your rear side. Come back up, switch, and repeat. What makes this drill so interesting is how it forces your hips, spine, and shoulders to all work together while maintaining absolute balance. It's a real game changer. Next up, we have the rotating guard drops. So raise your guard, slowly drop one elbow toward the inside of your knee, and rotate that opposite shoulder back. Then just switch sides smoothly. The specific combat benefit here, it's massive. This drill trains your torso to twist freely. If you want to slip punches effortlessly and throw devastating hooks without feeling stiff, you absolutely must train your torso to rotate smoothly under a tight guard.
Section 3. Hips, kicks, and lower body, exploding in and out of range. Let's get into it.
Here's a quick breakdown of the blade kick slide. From your stance, slide your lead foot out just a little bit. Then, lift your rear leg and extend it into a highly controlled side kick shape. Hold it right there for a second, then return slowly. Notice my emphasis on the word controlled here? By controlling the kick, rather than just forcing it, you're actively opening the hips and safely lengthening those hamstrings. Now, safety is absolutely paramount, so let's run through these essential injury prevention tips. First, do not snap the joint during extension. No way. You always want to control the kick instead of forcing the motion, and move slowly. The whole goal here is to prevent hamstring strain. So many beginners try to just whip their leg out and they end up snapping a joint or pulling a muscle. Slow and steady is what actually builds the mobility you need. All right, let's move to one of the most dynamic drills in the routine, the shadow split step. Take a small split step, land softly, and instantly rotate your hips into a deep, angled squat on one side. Stand back up and repeat that on the other side. This is absolutely phenomenal for building explosive ankle and groin mobility. When you need to aggressively close the distance or, instantly retreat from danger, this is exactly the mobility that makes it happen. Next up is the knee draw hip wave. You're gonna lift one knee, draw it right across your body in a slow arc, place it down, and just let the opposite hip follow naturally. Now the key takeaway from this sequence is the word wave. You are moving like a smooth wave, not a rigid snap. And this is just incredible for loosening those tight hips and giving you ultimate control when you're changing levels during a fight. And to finish out our lower body section, let's go over the quarter turn kick hold. You're gonna throw a slow, chambered kick, but I want you to stop exactly halfway through the motion. Turn your standing foot slightly and hold that position. This drill directly cures that tightness that pretty much all fighters feel at some point. By forcing your body to get comfortable in literally the most difficult part of the kicking path, You eliminate the resistance that slows your kicks down in the first place.
Section 4. Rotational power for strikes. Generating force safely.
Okay, let's break down the mechanics of the corkscrew lunge. Step forward into a deep lunge. Rotate your torso right over that front leg as if you're looking past your knee. Twist the chest back to the center and rise. This movement forcefully activates your core and opens up the hip flexors. And hey, fun fact about your hip flexors, they actually act a lot like thick rubber bands connecting your upper and lower body. If you don't condition them to stretch under tension, they just snap back aggressively, totally robbing you of all that rotational striking power. But again, we've got to train smart here. Remember these vital safety tips. Do not pull or overextend that hip flexor we just talked about. You must breathe continuously through the deep lunge. Seriously, do not hold your breath. And keep that front knee completely stable while twisting. Protecting your joints during these deep, twisting stretches is absolutely crucial to ensure you stay healthy for the actual fight. Now, I just love this matrix. It brings the whole routine together by mapping out the drill, the body area activated, and a specific combat benefit. So, rotating guard drops hit the torso for slipping punches. The blade kick slide targets the hips for faster kick travel. And the corkscrew lunge, that activates the core for serious rotational punching power. It brilliantly illustrates exactly why we are doing these specific movements. Every single drill you see here has a direct application in the ring.
Section 5. The fighter flow finisher. Relaxing under tension.
All right, let's follow this sequence to cool down. The fighter flow 3, 2, 1. You perform 3 deep stance shifts, execute 2 slow hip circles, do 1 controlled reach to each side, and you breathe deeply through every single rep. Just keep everything smooth. Teaching your body to actively relax while under physical tension, that is the ultimate hidden secret to true fighting flexibility. Let's reflect on this quote straight from our source material for a second. Flexibility for fighters is not about looking loose. It is about staying powerful, mobile, and dangerous without wasting energy. I mean, wow. That is the core truth you need to take away from this explainer today. Because if you execute these drills consistently, your movement is going to feel lighter, much cleaner, and honestly far more fluid. So, I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. Are you training to look loose, or are you training to stay dangerous? It's time to ditch those old, static, toe-touching routines. Start implementing this dynamic fighter mobility routine today, protect your joints, and just watch how much faster and sharper you become in the ring. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep training smart.